Hello, everyone. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to Close by Sam. I'm excited both for the game and because today I'm going to watch the new Spider-Man movie. So, good days, good days. It is a beautiful day here today and we have a medium puzzle. So, very nice. If you're new or a beginner, then I'm going to be explaining the logic of the puzzle as I solve to hopefully get a perfect solve and also introduce you guys to the mechanics and how to get a perfect solve. And if you don't know how it works, there are 20 people here. Each of them is either a criminal or an innocent, and they help you with clues. So the criminals don't lie. There's no guessing involved, only pure logic, and you can play by clicking the link in the description. Let's start today's. With Megan telling us that exactly one criminal in row 5 is below Lisa. So we double click Megan's clue here and it highlights Lisa. In this case, she was right beside her, but anywhere on the board where she would be, Lisa's name would pop up because she's being mentioned in this clue. Now, one criminal in row 5 is below Lisa. There's only one person in row 5 who is below Lisa. It's Vera, so Vera has to be that criminal. And because we don't need Megan's clue anymore, we can click on it and it dismisses it, or it goes sort of dim. So it doesn't catch as much attention when we're in the future looking for clues that we can use to compose with another clue if we need. Now, Vera says that Henry is one of Megan's 5 criminal neighbors. So Henry here, right above Lisa, is a criminal. And we also get from that clue the fact that Megan has 5 criminal neighbors total. So she has 8 people neighboring her. 5 of those are going to be criminals, which means she has 3 innocents neighboring her. So we keep that in mind. But also, we don't dismiss Vera's clue yet because it can remind us of that in the future if we need to be reminded of that information. Now, Henry says, there are no innocents above Tina who neighbor Paula. Okay, Paula is above Tina, so she only has one person that neighbors her who is also above Tina. It's Kumar, so that means that Kumar couldn't be an innocent in this case because there are no innocents. And that's the only information we can get from that clue. Kumar now says there is at least one criminal among each profession. So we're not talking about a specific profession here, so I can't highlight it. But if we look at every profession and the board, none of them are going to have only innocents. So that means let's look at Megan, because Megan is a singer. We have other singers. We have Nala. So this is a bit harder to scan for because there's no specific profession being mentioned. But as far as I see here, there's only one singer besides Megan. And since there has to be one criminal in each profession, then we need Nala here to be the criminal singer. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any criminals in the singer profession. Now, we leave Kumar's school there to remind us of that in the future because at the moment we don't have any more instances, but it might come in handy. Nala says that row 1 is the only row with 2 criminals. So let's look at row 3 here. It currently has 2 criminals, so it needs one more. And there's only one more person in that row who could be the 3rd criminal. It's Lisa, so she becomes a criminal for us. And we leave Nala's clue there to remind us of the total for row 1 and if we need it on other columns later. Lisa then says that only one person in a corner has a criminal directly below them. In the corner. Well, there's 4 people in the corner, right? There's Aaron, Eric, Tina, and Zara. And 2 of those don't have anybody directly below them. Tina and Zara don't have anyone below each of them. So that means that either Aaron or Eric are gonna have a criminal below them. And since only one person has, then that means that the other person in the corner in this case is gonna have an innocent below them. So we know now that Freya and Jerry are opposites because Freya and Jerry are below the people in the corner and they are tagged with yellow, so both of them are the same color. So if we ever make Jerry an innocent, we know that Freya is going to be a criminal and vice versa. But what does that tell me? It tells me that there is a 2nd criminal now in row 2 who is either going to be Jerry or Freya, and the first one is Henry. So since row 1 is the only row with 2 criminals, we need a third one now in row 2, and it has to be Igor here. So 4 criminals are neighboring Megan now. Only one more to go if we go back to Vera's clue here. So Igor now says that exactly one mechanic has a criminal directly above them. Where are all the mechanics? Because this is one single profession, we can highlight them by double clicking. And all of the mechanics are down here in row 5, Vera, Tina, and Wally. And only one of them has a criminal above them. So it could be Tina, and in which case Kita and Ryan would both be innocents and they neighbor Megan. But the thing is, it doesn't have to do with Megan here. It has to do with the number of criminals in row 4, because all of the mechanics are in row 5 and all of them have somebody above them in row 4. And we know that of those 3 people in row 4, we're going to have 2 innocents and 1 criminal. So that means that we couldn't have one more criminal in row 4, else it would end up like row 1, which is the only one with 2 criminals. So we need Sarah here, who is not above a mechanic in row 4, to be an innocent as well, so we don't end up with 2 criminals. And we keep that clue, Igor's clue here, to remind us of the total here. Sarah now says there's a lot of clues for this to be a median. A lot of clues that are open. I guess I don't need Lisa's anymore. But Sarah says there's only one innocent to the left of Zara, so either Tina or Wally are gonna be an innocent. So we tag them with the same color to indicate they are opposites, just like we did with Freya and Jerry. And same situation happens again. We have a second criminal here in row 5, which means we need a third one, or else we end up with 2 rows with 2 criminals. So Zara has to be a criminal again. And she says there are exactly 2 innocents to the right of Kita. So Sarah is one of the innocents. There's only one more person to the right of Kita, Ryan. So Ryan has to be an innocent here. And now Megan has 2 innocents neighboring her, so that makes Kita and Jerry opposites for us. And it also makes Paula and Kita opposites because we still need 1 criminal above one of the mechanics here. Now, we don't need Zara's clue anymore because we have all of the info we can. Ryan now says there are as many instant coders as there are instant singers. So there's one instant singer, which means we need 1 instant coder, and there's only 1 coder left, Daniel, so he has to be the instant. And he says that both instants in row 1 are connected. So either Carl, I've run out of colors here. Let's use the pink one because I used the pink one below for Jerry and Kita. But now we know that either Carl or Eric are going to be the second instant in row 1, which makes Aaron the criminal, the second and last criminal. And Aaron now says there are exactly 4 instants in column C. Column C so far has 3, so we need 1 more, and it can only be Wally, who is opposite with Tina. And we get 2 new clues. Wally says that there's only 1 instant to the left of Daniel, so it has to be Carl, the only person who could be an instant to the left of Daniel. Carl is opposite with Eric, so we get Eric to be a criminal. And Tina now says there are exactly 2 instants in column D, so we need the second one, who can only be Jerry, who is opposite with Kita and with Freya. And Kita, who was opposite with Paula, makes her an innocent. And we are done this puzzle. Okay, good. Nice. I like the medium ones. Very nice introduction. Very nice transition from the easy to the harder ones along the week. And it has a very good percentage of perfect solves, but it's earlier in the day. So I hope this gets higher towards the end of the day. And if you want to let me know how it went for you, you can leave it in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll leave you here for today and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.